Good morning. It's almost afternoon here, but it is 9th of July and I'm recording this a lot later than usual. My fingertips are absolutely freezing right now, so I'm trying to stay warm. I've got my electric blanket on my lap. Yeah, winter's a struggle for me, for sure. It still has been a struggle, but we're in the second month now, and hopefully by the third month, August, it'll start to warm up. But I will continue to complain about this for the entire winter because that's the kind of person I am. I really, really struggle during winter, and I'm much less productive during winter. So I have given myself permission to slow down and take it easy and not expect myself to do as much, to not output as much during the winter months. And it's a really good chance to just, reset and slow down. But I am still showing up for these plan with me's because, of course, there are still things that need to get done. So I'm going to talk a little bit about last month's goals first. I guess I can pull out my month planner that I wrote in the overview planner. So my goals for June were to work on the zine, to finalize the Faded Chronicle planner design, and to work on new products, just to work on outsourcing, make steps towards outsourcing. And then my fourth kind of secret personal goal was to get 80% on NetGalley, 80% feedback ratio. So I do read and review ARC books, which are advanced reader copy books on NetGalley. I feel extremely lucky to be able to do that because I don't really review it anywhere, but I just enjoy reading and talking about it on Patreon mostly. And I do have plans to talk about it a little bit more on my channel. I just don't know the best way to do it. Anyway, that's for another video. But of those four goals, this ended up being something completely different, and I'll talk about it just a little bit, but I did decide to bench this idea because I genuinely was taking steps towards working on this zine. And then Kieran from Kieran Buckley, she's a really good friend, but she also helps me with some admin tasks for my Patreon and my website in general. But she sent me an idea to do this letter project instead. I mean, not instead. She didn't mean it to replace it, but she sent me this idea and I loved the idea so much that she sent me, and I really wanted to start working on it straight away. And in that moment, I kind of realized that it was probably a sign that I probably needed to just pause this project for a while because it's hard to tell, right? There's a balance. Sometimes you keep putting off something because you're too scared to. It's just the fear of doing it, the fear of taking steps towards it is what holds you back. But other times it's just maybe you've just moved on from the project, or maybe you're just not ready for it. And I think that distinction can be difficult, but I did realize in that moment that perhaps this was not the right time for me to be working on it. I still love the idea of it, but considering how much I really wanted to dive into this letter project, I felt like it was just a good sign to pause this zine project, which I have been delaying for so long, and to start on this letter project, which I called Little Notes Post. So technically I didn't do this, but I mean, I don't need to tick that off. I have just recently sent off a couple of the Little Notes posts, so I don't have an example properly to show you. But the print I do have here, the print is like this. You get a little print and you get a letter from me each month. And so on the print, on the back is just a really simple quote, kind of just self-reminder kind of thing. And this is an old photograph that I took on my Holga film camera just years ago. Each month, I'll just write about self-care and creativity and just my thoughts for that particular month. And the print will kind of revolve around that same theme as well. But I really love this project because it's so similar to the zine in the sense of self-care and healing. I don't know, I just really like the idea of sending letters. So thank you to Kieran for that idea because I did end up working on that for the whole month, and I did launch Little Notes Post. It's on my website. I'm soft launching for international, soft launching because I'm really worried that the letters won't make it. Australia can be a little bit strict with sending sales things, technically, merchandise. And even though, it's just a letter and a print, a small print, I'm just not sure how strict they are with that arriving in different countries as well. So that's why I am soft launching this, but letter pricing is available for these Little Notes posts if you are interested. But that means I did pause the zine to work on the Little Notes post, but I feel like it worked out pretty well. I think it felt right. And that's why I was so ready to to make that decision. It just felt like, okay, this makes sense, because I felt like, who knows, in a year from now, after writing a year's worth of Little Notes post, I might now have letters and prints that I could put into a different kind of zine. So it still felt like it was working towards the zine, but in a different way. And because it felt right, I just wanted to grab onto that and work on that while I was excited. So that's what I did instead. With the planner design, I didn't end up working on it until kind of mid to late June. So we definitely haven't finished yet. I think it'll be my goal for this month again to finish it, because I think with the deadlines for pre-orders for that planner, it definitely needs to be done very, very soon. And we are making good progress. So this is worked on, but not technically finished. I don't know if I have a key for that, so I'll just give it a little squiggly. And work on new products. I absolutely did not work on any new products at all. June was like a blur, but then a struggle as well. I feel like most of these past months, I feel like I've been drifting by. I've been doing good work, but like there's been a lot of family things going on, and it's been really overwhelming mentally. And when you're preoccupied with things in your life mentally and emotionally, you definitely don't have as much time for creative things. And that is totally normal. Of course, we need to like be flexible with that stuff, but it certainly is very different to last year, which is fine. It's not a good or bad thing. It's just something that, is the reality of my life right now. And so there's been a big shift in my shop this year, because I wanted to focus more on the Happy Mail, because I didn't have the Happy Mail last year. And now I've got two different types of Happy Mail. But I did want to work on new products and outsourcing products for markets that are coming up. So I definitely didn't do many shop updates on new products this year. And that was a very intentional decision. But I still want to try to outsource some products and restock some products in time for markets. So my upcoming markets are in October for Sydney Made, which is in Sydney. And then I've got one in Melbourne for Mellow Market, the annual market in Melbourne. So those are my upcoming two markets and the last two markets of the year pretty much. And then for my fourth goal, which was the 80% NetGalley ratio, I did reach that. Technically, it dropped back down to 78% because I had to request a book before it was archived. And so it did drop down to 78%, but I did reach it. I did read and submit the reviews for those books in order to get up to the 80% feedback ratio for those books. So that is great. Usually I go straight into the, month setup. So yeah, let's do that right now. Let's go back to that. Again, it's the 9th of July, and I feel like sometimes I don't even know what day it is. It's been definitely like a tough few weeks in terms of like family stuff. It's just been, quite busy. And that's okay, but I just feel like I haven't really had the time to, like, all my routines are kind of thrown off, and I think I've said this before, like just paddling. I'm trying to stay afloat right now, just taking each day as it comes. So I am a little bit of a mess for this plan with me and the last plan with me, but we're doing our best, and that is okay. What am I doing? See, I'm losing it. My morning routines just have not been the same, but I'm hoping to just, I just want to get through this winter. I just want to get through all of this kind of family stuff right now, and, hoping for some quiet days, some more beautiful quiet days. So for July, I've got to say, for June's month, I really didn't check this at all. So I'm still definitely struggling with the month view, but then I do need to remember that it's not necessarily for reference. It's more just to plan ahead so I know what to expect. But the receipt thing that I set up, I wasn't even able to refer back to that because, again, some weeks were just totally thrown off. But I know that my month could have been so much worse if I didn't plan this out. So I didn't, highlight anything. I wasn't able to keep up with it, but I did make good progress on pretty much all of these things. So I guess while I have it now, let's go through it and review it, because I know it seems, I guess, repetitive or redundant, but like reviewing is like half of the work of planning, because you want to learn from your mistakes. You want to figure out what worked, what didn't work, and what needs to be carried over until the next month. So like the vlog, I definitely didn't do. And then the market spreads, the zine, nope, none of these things I did. Everything kind of got thrown off. The mid-year Tetrakaigi I did do. I mean, I did start editing the vlog. I just can't remember which week. I did do the D-Diary episode, pack and ship, happy mail. I'm pretty sure I did. Was it the Herbie Apple one? I think it was the Herbie Apple. I'm going to highlight that. Work on Sticker Club. I did really well with my Sticker Club. Like I did finish it early. And that really helped, ease up some of my time in the last week. I didn't do the study Japanese with me vlog. To be honest, I forgot about that. Didn't work on new products. Prep for Happy Mail. And then the Little Notes Post kind of project. And then Faded Chronicle because I didn't really plan for that. I didn't really write it in. Calendar and wallpaper I did. Yeah, there were like 2 new projects this month that I didn't really anticipate, like didn't plan for. So I think I did pretty well. And July Plan With Me, I'm doing now. So a little bit late. So I feel like I'm still on track. I was reading a lot. I was studying Japanese. I was studying philosophy. And I did overall had a really good month in terms of like personal goals. But I still felt a little frazzled, I guess, because I was trying to just juggle so much and I just felt really emotionally tired. I feel like I, wasn't as home alone as much. So I was working with a really tight schedule as well. And that will change next month. So July is kind of the last month where I'm working with a very limited kind of filming schedule. And hopefully it's the last cold month and August will get a lot warmer. So I don't. Is this weird to say, but I don't have high hopes for this month, like July, because I just feel like it's just a month where I just need to get through the month. And then I'm really looking forward to August. And I don't mean that in like a negative way, but it's kind of just the reality of things, right? Like I'm a fairly positive person, but I'm okay with some months being worse than others. Like I almost expect it because I know things aren't going to be amazing and perfect and happy all the time. And all I can do is just do my best with my little personal routines that keep me grounded. This is a very chatty intro. I'm sorry, I really thought I wasn't in the mood to chat today, but I feel like it's been so long since we've talked, even though it's been a month. I just feel like I have so much to fill you in on in order to provide some context for this Plan With Me. Okay, so as always, let's fill in the weekly update, journal updates, the Patreon stuff. So where do I write it? On Mondays, I do a weekly update. On Wednesdays is when I do the journal update, and that's for my insider. Should I zoom in a bit? My insider and workshop patrons, those have been getting really, really long lately, so I do want to just bring it back down a little bit. I think 30 to 40 minutes is the sweet spot, but it's been about an hour of talking, which is a lot. And then Wednesdays was my journal updates. Okay, so we are here today. So I do need to film a journal update today. But the July Plan With Me, I did plan for last week. I really wanted to get it done last week, but I was not in the right headspace for it. I just couldn't summon the energy to plan. And there is a very loud helicopter going past. Oh, I didn't mean to tick that, but that's okay. I'm getting it done right now. There's a very loud helicopter going past and my ground is shaking. So last Sunday, I did have temple lunch for a family thing. And then another one this Sunday. So I feel like I'm a very... I don't know how to say this because I'm not super introverted, but I'm a ambivert that definitely has strong leanings towards introversion. And so my weekends, I consider like my very sacred weekends. I love to spend at home with just my husband, or if we do go out, it's just us two. And we use that time to just really reset and recharge and do whatever we want on the weekends. And when there's like events or family things on at the weekend, I feel like it does throw off our week a little bit. Again, because we're not like, I'm not home alone on Monday or Tuesday or Thursday. My only day home alone is Wednesday, and then Fridays I'm out anyway. So I feel like for the 3 days at home, it does. I feel like I haven't been able to relax as much, and I've been condensing everything as much as I can into this Wednesday for filming when I can be loud. But then, yeah. Anyway, so I don't really have any major plans for videos, so I'll leave that to the end for now. But let's do the usual finish sticker club. Ooh, this one's tricky because the last week is quite short. So really, I would like to. I'll write it here, finish sticker club, but I definitely can see that I want to finish it or start working on it a lot earlier. I want to be working on it next week. My 3 goals, I keep jumping back and forth. Let me write calendar and wallpaper before I keep losing it. Calendar and wallpaper here. Calendar. And then I need to be doing the Patreon newsletter. Okay, and I didn't write D-Diary episode, I see. Because I did go on an interstate trip this day. My stomach is making noises, by the way, because I'm a little bit hungry. So if you can hear that, I'm sorry. But I did do a trip to Melbourne. I totally forgot that was in June. No wonder the month felt a bit short, I guess. That was just, yeah, that was a lot as well. And then for D-Diary episode, I think I might try to film that tomorrow, because I'm just thinking if I want to work on the sticker club next week, and I'll have to film another video next week, it might be better to just kind of get it done tomorrow if I can. I would like to, I think, get the vlog out this day, just the general kind of studio vlog setting up, because I'm getting really behind on that footage now. And I think I would like to do kind of a reading vlog kind of wrap up video, just a reading video, reading vlog. And then I think I'll write DDF for tomorrow. And I might just leave that for now. That's not too bad. It's just a lot of the little tasks in between that I haven't accounted for, but let's write my goals. So I haven't really talked about it, but my goals for this month, I have 4 goals. One is to work on new products again. It's the same. It's pretty much the same thing. Let me just write. Sorry, I get finicky with the spacing. 1, work on new products, because I did not work on that last month at all. 2, to finalize the Faded Chronicle planner designs. And 3, it's kind of a personal goal, but to finish reading The Count of Monte Cristo. This is a really ambitious goal because it's such a big book, and because it's so big, I generally only read in bed and while I'm eating. And the most that I read is when I'm in bed, because I read when I wake up and I read right before I go to sleep. But because the book is so big, it's not practical for me to be like holding it and reading it while I'm lying down in bed. I like to be really tucked up and cozy while I'm reading. And so, yeah, I haven't been able to like hold that book and read it. So I really only read it with my morning coffee or when I'm eating lunch. But that means I'm getting through it quite slowly, which is fine. I've already been reading it for like a couple of months now, but I really just want to push myself to finish it. So I'm going to challenge myself to I'll show you how far through I am, but finish Count of Monte Cristo. And my fourth goal, which I'm not writing here because there's no room, but is to set up for the new financial year. So Australians, our financial year ends end of June and it starts in July. I want to always, as always, every year, I want to be prepared with my bookkeeping, just organized with how I do it. So I did sign up to a new bookkeeping app, which is Solo by MYOB. It's really affordable because there's this kind of welcome deal. And I just want to be able to track my expenses and my income in a more streamlined way. So I'm going to try out this app and hopefully come tax time next year, it'll be a lot easier to do. So that is my other goal. But let me show you my Counterpunto Cristo book and how thick it is for one, and that is where I'm up to. So I'm about 50% of the way through. I'm trying to remember my number. I think it was 54, 44, 54. I have to check my Notion. 44. So that's only 44% of the way through, and I've only got a month to finish the rest. It's not a big deal if I can't, but I think I can if I just commit to reading just a little bit more each day. And I think at night it would be not too difficult for me to prop it up and read it at night. So I think I might, start adding that to my night routine as well. When I do have a bath, I do read as well, but I don't want to hold a physical book because I'm going to get it wet. My hands get wet. And so I don't know. It's a really good book, but it's not it's still quite dense in a way, and I'm always looking up words while I'm reading, so it does take time to get through it. But I do want to challenge myself to do it. I have a feeling I won't be able to, but I'm just writing it there as a stretch goal anyway. But those are my 3 goals for July. Again, it's a very simple month that I just kind of want to get through. Nothing too crazy. I am just kind of holding out until the weather gets warmer because I really do feel so much less productive and so much less happy when it's not warm and sunny. It is really sunny, I've got to say. I have been sitting outside, but there's only so much limited work I can do when I'm sitting outside as well, because my computer is a desktop computer. And so, yeah, I have to kind of be at my desk for most of the work. But hopefully in August, things will pick up a little bit more. But yes, that is the July plan. So that's my month set up. And then we're going to do a week by week breakdown. I think I already have, for some reason. Yeah, I already have a week thing. So we've got, technically this lunch, I looked at that. This week is done. So I'm just going to plan for these 4 weeks. And I'm going to do that now. I still have that pen that I'm trying to use up. It does feel like it's getting a little bit less inky, but week of July 7th, July 14th, July 21st, and then we've got the week of July 28th. Okay, so for this week, I need to do the July plan with me. I need to work on the the Just Faded Chronicle changes. I mean, I am working on the TN size, but I can't guarantee that that's going to be done this week. So I'll just work on the Faded Chronicle changes. I want to do a D-Diary episode, ideally tomorrow. And that might be it, because after Thursday, because this week, today, I'm losing my mind. Today, I'm filming this plan with me. I need to film the journal update and I need to edit and post that both. And then tomorrow, I will ideally record the D-Diary episode, not necessarily edit it. I can edit it and post it Friday or Saturday. And then I work on the Faded Chronicle changes as well. And then I won't be home on Friday. I'll be freelancing. That's pretty much this week. That's not too bad. I don't want to overload myself. And then next week, I want to edit the vlog and get that out as my video. And then work on Sticker Club. And then FC changes again. I think I will try to make a start on the next month's little notes post, like getting the print ready and stuff, and then maybe start restocking envelopes, I think. Restocking envelopes. And I think email my manufacturer about something. I feel like just one email counts towards me working towards new products. There is also a market, Mellow Market Mossery collaboration, and there's so many artists, but they're going to be shortlisting 100 and then choosing 30 to make planners of. And so I definitely want to submit like a Herbie one. I already have an idea. It'll be based off something I already have, because I think that will be like a design I really want on, a very simple design I want on the planner. So I think work on, this is a big week, but work on cover design. As long as I can chip away on it. That's why I like to write work on, because it just gives me like the leeway. It's vague enough to give me the leeway to just work on it a little bit. If I've just made steps towards it, that helps me overcome my perfectionism and my procrastination. And then July 21st, I would like to do, of course, Faded Chronicle changes. I'm assuming, oops, I didn't write that capital. That's okay. I'm assuming there'll be some more changes until the end of the month, and then finish Sticker Club. Do a reading vlog. I think work on little notes post. I might have to type it up that week. That's pretty much it, I think, for that. And then the very last week, we've got the calendar and the wallpaper for Patreon, and then the Patreon newsletter, and then the email newsletter. And then I need to launch Happy Mail, and then I need to launch the little notes post, and then Sticker Club, get that post out as well. The last week of the month is always the most intense, but that is okay. I think submit cover design. And I think we'll leave it at that. That's not too bad. I don't have a video for that week, but I think it might be the plan with me one of those days. So I will write plan with me for August. Okay, that's doable, I think. I think that feels practical. It feels like that would be a good month if I got it all done. As you can see, it's not really anything new or different. For me, luckily, in a way, like I do have a lot of tasks that repeat month to month because of Patreon and YouTube. So it's pretty much just like the regular kind of deadlines and tasks, which keeps me on routine. I do need to have some semblance of a routine, but there is room to, work on something new, like the cover design, and hopefully finish the Faded Chronicle changes. I didn't write it in that month because I'm assuming we'll be done in 3 weeks' time. Maybe. That's me being hopeful, but there is space there if I do need to write it. So that is the week breakdown, and I guess let's plan out a week like I did last time. So that's July. That's already the first week of July. That's this week. This week is pretty much like halfway over, so I guess I'll move to next week and we can choose a new kind of sticker to go with it as well. Kieran, again from Kieran Barclay, sent me a bunch of PET tape. She sent me like a loop, so I've been enjoying using it in here, even though I said I never would use stickers in here. I kind of buckled. What vibe are we feeling? Are we feeling something positive and light? Potentially. That's too dark for the vibe I want. That one's slightly too bright. I go with the vibes of stickers. I want something little. think that's okay because I don't go down all the way typically. I might go down one more. Okay, that's crooked, but that's okay. We will survive. All right, so for this week, I'm using my Muji gel pen in brown because this paper is not fountain pen friendly, which is fine. But for this week, the 14th, let's have it here. I'm going to start with my usual tasks, which is weekly update. I was meant to do a finances update, talking about my income last week, but I forgot to do it. So I would do it this week, finances, to remind me. And then I've got the journal update on the Wednesday. So my goals for this week. Oh, I did kind of block myself. No, that's fine. I think edit vlog. The planner changes, work on sticker club. Work on little notes post. Restock envelopes, and that's not that important, so I might do just email manufacturer and then work on cover design. I don't want to. I want to procrastinate that, but I know it's important for me to work on it as early as possible. Okay, so that is... Oh, that sticker is bothering me. I need to move it. Okay, nope, it's too hard. Never mind. All right, so what was the video for this week? It was the vlog. So I would guess I'll write it in pencil on the bottom. But, yeah, FC changes. I'll just write it really messy because I'll just, rub it out anyway. FC changes pretty much every day because we have a deadline for that. And then edit vlog on the Tuesday. Hopefully finish it on the Tuesday. I don't know. That might be wishful thinking. Only because I've explained this before, but I'd like to stick a sticker down on like a day where I've posted like a Patreon video or what do you call it? Like a YouTube video. And so I just don't like it two on the same day. Like I've definitely done that before. I just prefer it not to be on the same day, or an Instagram post. I think email manufacturer on the Monday. I think that's simple enough to do that. Work on sticker club could be Thursday. Work on the cover design maybe on the weekend. I think I will have a little bit more time on the weekend, so work on and then depending on how these things go, I can just kind of let it spill over here. But ideally the vlog is finished on this date. Oh, I did say work on little notes post. I guess I can do that on the weekend as well. I do try to keep my weekends a lot more free than my weekdays. I try not to do too much work on the weekend, but I do enjoy it as well, so it's not the worst. Okay, yeah, so as you can see, when you just plan out the month, this week definitely, doesn't look as busy as this. But when you break it all down, there's, a lot of little tasks that need to get done in order to achieve your month goals. Because, yeah, we need to break down those bigger goals. Okay, I think that's it for the week plan. And then we go into the month overview back into my traveler's kind of notebook. I do apologize if this plan with me seems a little bit more low energy than usual, but that's just where I'm at right now. And I'm trying to be as gentle with myself as possible. So I use a fountain pen for this. Okay, so this month, currently enjoying, I read a really, really great book called This Here Is Love. It's an ARC book by Princess L. I can't remember now. Oh no, Princess L Joy, I think, but I feel like there's another name in there. 1 second. Princess Joy L. Perry. Okay, I knew I was missing a word, but This Here Is Love is such a good book. This Here Is Love, and I feel like it's definitely going to be my top favorites this year. Princess Joy. It's not going to fit. L. Perry. So that was a 5-star read for me. And then, was I enjoying a song? No, but I was enjoying fleece stockings for the first time. I bought stockings that are fleece lined, which kind of like, I love wearing, for me, like clothes, I need so many layers to feel warm, but I also need the clothes to be tighter. Like looser clothes actually makes me feel really cold. So sometimes wearing stockings is warmer than me wearing pants, unless I'm wearing like 3 layers of pants. I do layer on my pants like heat tech. But yeah, I really enjoy wearing skirts and dresses in winter as well, but I just need the fleece stocking. So I did buy it for the first time and it was great. It was super, super warm. And I also enjoy daily crosswords. So I'm not a big crossword person, but it's been really fun to do it with my husband. We've been doing it every day. I have this app. It's called Everyday Puzzles, but I also like Puzzle Page. I'm a big puzzle person, but we've been doing daily crossword puzzles and just solving it together because we have different kind of like knowledge circles, and so when it overlaps, it helps us solve these crosswords because he has like some random sports knowledge and like history stuff that he knows, whereas I'm really terrible with history and geography. But I do have like the other kind of random knowledge. So those are my 3 currently enjoying for this month. Struggling with is pretty much the same. Yeah, it's exactly the same as last month. The cold, the limited filming schedule, and busy weekends. Exactly the same. I'm going to write it again. And then my wins for the month. This feels like forever ago, but I did take a day off. I got a haircut. I caught up with a friend, and it was just a lovely day off. My husband and I have been getting back into basketball on the weekends. Since we moved into this new place, our routine has been off, but we found a nearby kind of basketball court. So we've been doing that as a bit of a workout on the weekends. And I worked on Little Notes Post, which is a very big win because it was very unexpected. Worked on Little Notes Post. And I would say like 80% NetGalley is a win. Can I include that up here? I'm trying not to smudge what I just wrote. 80%. Okay. So that is June. I'm going to zoom back out a bit because I keep cutting myself off. So for July, let's move this again. Oh, did I just smudge that? Just a little bit. For July, the priorities were pretty much the same thing as June. The planner design, work on new products, and finish Count of Monte Cristo, I think. Yeah. Where is my planner clip? That's what I need. Work on new products. FC planner design. Finish Count of Monte Cristo. I feel like now that I'm writing it down and I'm like kind of committing to it, I feel much more motivated to really push through and get it done. It's just a matter of making time to read the physical book because it's just so much easier to read like on my Kindle kind of thing. It's just such a big book. It's just so heavy. And yeah, that is all for the month kind of overview. What's next? Quarterly goals. Yeah, so we're in a new quarter. Oh my goodness. We are in a new quarter. I did not work on new products. I did do, and I already ticked it. I did do an unplanned podcast episode. I never ended up writing a third priority. And I'm starting to realize that I don't think my brain works in quarters anymore. It used to, but I think for this year, just so much, like so many plans got thrown out the window. So I don't think, quarterly is working for me this year, but that's okay. I can always kind of go back and fill this in. But for quarter 3, July, August, and September, my priorities are to do another unplanned podcast episode. It would be nice to have more than one this year. I don't want to fall off again after getting back into it. So one unplanned podcast ep. I would like new outsourced products. And my third goal, July, August, September. I'm not too sure. The third goal is always kind of up in the air. I think I'm going to leave that because if I can just get those 2 things done, it would be a very, very, very good quarter. I think those will take up, like, especially the new outsourced products. So that's my Q3. And I will go into monthly stats next, but let me do a quick review of my goals. So the zine, like I said, is paused. So I'm going to kind of give it a little arrow to indicate that it has been moved. 5, I'm not on track for that. The journaling workshop, maybe still. The digital PET tape and new washi PET tape is part of the new product. So, that is a goal for Q3. Studio tour, I don't see that happening anytime soon. Rubber stamp, no. Continue Japanese studies. I want to say definitely. I feel like I'm confident. I did say I would give myself another month, and it is another month, like it has been another month. I am confident that I have made really good progress this year with my Japanese studies. I'm on track with this. I just don't know what my current count is. This is a maybe, not really. Like I have been making progress, but have I reduced it? I don't know. 10 pull-ups. I have not been doing much pull-up training directly. I've been doing it indirectly with basketball. So I have to check if I can still even do one these days. So still kind of on track because I'm still working those muscles that are required to do the pull-ups. And just because it makes me feel better, let me look at my mood board. Yes, this is, I have achieved this. I feel like I'm very deep into the journaling and the reading more and more this year, not this month. And I really feel the quiet side of this. It's just me trying to maintain this along with, the messiness and chaos of the rest of my life. But I think I am doing well, and I think I am on track with this. I feel like this is not just like a mood board for this particular year. It just feels like just an ongoing kind of life inspiration. But let's go on to the monthly stats. I did miss the deadline for the very last day of the month because it was that kind of month, but I do have stats for the 3rd of July. So it's a little bit off, but it's the closest I can really get for the 3rd of July. That's okay. So Instagram continues to go down, and that's okay. That's to be expected. So it was 9,367 at the time I recorded it. It's probably gone down even more, but that is a loss of 5, and I posted 1 time. So it's to be expected given the amount of effort that I put into it. YouTube was 9120, which is a growth of 173. and I posted 3 times. So I don't know how I posted 7 times in May. That was a great month. June was, it's decent. Three, 4 times a month is decent. So I'm not too fussed with that. And I did try something new with my YouTube video. I did like film outside, which was so nice. That's like one of my favorite videos, just because I was able to record like my routine outside for the first time, and it just I love the bird sounds. Like to me, like it was the ultimate kind of like morning routine for me. So I'm really happy that I was able to get that on camera, if not just for myself, So Patreon, I had 59, so I did lose 1, which is not too bad. Oh no, I'm like swerving. I'm swerving this way. I can't really see it when I'm writing, but that's okay. We're fine. Very minor. All right, so those are my monthly stats. It's pretty cool to see that at the beginning of the year I was like just kind of early, like low 8,000s, and now I'm in the 9,000s, which is great. I went from 8K to 9K. Hopefully getting closer to 10K by the end of the year, maybe. That would be a huge goal. And then I don't really have any goals for Instagram or Patreon. I just would like to kind of maintain Patreon, and Instagram is just, it's too difficult to to anticipate. But I would like to post a little bit more to Instagram. I think aiming for 2 a month at the very least would be better. But that is my monthly stats, and I believe that brings us to the end of the month plan with me. I really thought this would be a short one. It definitely is more low energy, I feel, than usual, but I hope that's like comforting in a way to know that like, yeah, not all months are amazing, great, I achieved all these goals. I still feel like it was a good, productive month. I need to go back and fill in these highlights. And I feel like I still did a lot of things. I bought a new mic. I drove to Melbourne. Well, I didn't drive. My husband drove to Melbourne for the long weekend. I took a day off. I got a haircut. Like, life still happens. Life still moves on. And there's a lot of great highlights. I need to write that I took the day off. And I've been loving my journals. I've been loving my books. And those are the little moments that, maybe don't come through when you're, recording these things down. But my day to day is still very like beautiful, full of little small joyful moments. Even if, the month as a whole was a bit of a struggle, I still really love my small daily routines, and I'm still really grateful for so much. But yeah, July is not a super exciting month. But we're going to get through it, and we're going to get things done. And it's okay to have those months. Not every month is going to be amazing. Not every month is going to be better than the last month, but I think that's really realistic. I think we're always trying to do our best, given what we have, at this stage of our life. And this is where I'm at, and this is what works for me. So I'm really excited for August. So hopefully next month's plan with me will look a little bit differently. The lighting hopefully will be a little bit better, because yeah, it has been a little bit gloomy. I just want to say, like, if you've been watching these, if you've been following these every month, thank you so much for watching these, for enjoying these, and just like coming back each month to see what I'm up to, and hopefully to plan with me a little bit, and to just get you thinking on what your goals are for the next month. And it doesn't have to be big goals. Like, it could just be like finishing that one book, or just getting around to that one thing that you wanted to do. This is not really about productivity, but it's about achieving the things that we told ourselves we would do, and making sure we give ourselves every opportunity to get it done, and to not just keep putting it off. This is my way of like fighting my tendencies to kind of avoid big difficult things. But I hope you enjoyed this plan with me. Thank you again so much for being here, and I will see you next month for the August plan with me. Okay, bye.